1940.
It is currently 10:22, right? Something like that. Our flight is at 5 a.m. 5:45. So we're gonna go get some snacks because you know airport snacks are quite pricey. We're going to the bodega. We're going to the bodega to get some snacks before our flight. Question number one that I got a lot: how are you really? Like, how are you? And don't lie to me. I would say I'm doing well, actually. The fact that you're seeing a YouTube video is a sign that I'm doing well. I know that I shouldn't let my circumstances dictate how often I create, but it usually goes hand in hand because I'm creating through my life. So when my life feels really bad, I can't create because I feel like I don't want to show that. So yeah, I wasn't doing well for a long time, for a very, very long time, and I think I'm on the up. So I'm doing well. I'm excited. I am full of hope and life and joy, and each day I fight, but I know that the victory is already in the Lord. Are we leaving?
Nice.
It's your love, baby. Anyone that you had to, baby.
You're Area Star. I'm the Wiz Kid.
Fire away.
What is your favorite part about being a Christian?
You literally saw the first question.
No, but I scrolled through a bunch.
That was the
that
first question.
I know.
My favorite part about being Christian is that I kind of can sound totally crazy and it's justified. And also that the hard days are not so hard. Even the darkest days is light compared to God. So it's yeah, the darkest days and the hardest days are not so hard and dark. And that's my favorite part about being Christian and worship music, because it's fun.
How do you feel about friendships with guys now that you're in a relationship?
I have a lot of guy friends that I hold close to my heart. Yeah, I talk with them every once in a while. I'm not constantly communicating with another boy, daily, keeping up with my life, but once in a while, I'll get on a call with them or FaceTime, check in. So I think they're good to have, as long as as long as they know their place, as long as they know that they're a friend and there's no misconstruedness, it's good.
What is your greatest joy currently?
My greatest joy currently, right now I'm reading All About Love by Bell Hooks, and then my church home in New York City is also bringing me a lot of joy, and then I've made some really nice friends in the city as well. So
any advice on discipline?
I don't have any advice for you on discipline because I struggle with discipline a lot, so I don't even know what I would say. Do you have any advice on discipline? I think you're more disciplined, so you should give them advice. He's the most disciplined man I know, hands down. Seriously.
The best thing that you can do is you just have to do it. No, but it all just comes down to the decision. If you want to be disciplined, you can either do it or not do it, and you just have to force yourself to do it. Your brain will be saying, oh, I don't want to do it, but you just have to say, no, shut up, I'm gonna do it. And that's it. That's all that it comes down to.
His advice is just do it. Thank you, Mr. Nike.
You're welcome. This is actually a sponsor.
Speaking of, thank you to our sponsor, Nike.
No, I'm just kidding. How is it back being an MA?
Huh?
How is it back being an MA?
Oh, how's it back being an MA?
Yeah.
Not fun, because I don't want to be there, so it hasn't been fun. But maybe fun isn't what I need right now. I went back because I needed some grounding. My lease was up. I was going through a lot, like mentally in New York City. I went back to Massachusetts after my lease ended, meaning I didn't renew my lease for an apartment in New York City or find a new apartment in New York City. My mom built a house, and miraculously it was ready in September, same time my lease was ending. And also I feel like I'm gonna be moving in with Lucas soon, so I wanted to save money and not like pay rent for another year. And New York City was very hard for a lot of months, and so yeah, I was going through a lot. My family was kind of going through a lot, so I felt like all the stars were just pointing to just go back home for a little bit, and just visit New York City once in a while. So that's what I'm doing currently. So I'm about to go to LA for 2 weeks, but once I'm back, I will be in Massachusetts, and I will no longer be living in New York City till whenever Lucas and I get married, which is probably soon. We are finally in LA. Did I find a group of like a community of Christian girls, and I first prayed about it. I remember when I was really complaining about it to people, and everyone was like, just pray about it because you're in a new city, like obviously it's hard. And I thought, duh, like if I could pray them and they would come, I would, because I thought it was like not practical to pray for something like that. But I did end up praying about it, and I found my church home. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I have girlfriends in the church, but I just ended up meeting people, like genuinely, like God really like gravitated that towards me. Does that make sense? So yeah, one after the other, they just started popping up. Some were from church, some were from just like church parties, some are from going to church outside of Sundays, like worship nights or young adult night. And so just being in like community like that is good. Give me another question, please.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2", 5'1.5".
Thoughts about sparking in tongues?
Speaking in tongues?
Yeah.
Good. If it comes to you, it comes to you. Don't force it.
What is the best part of being married to Lucas?
No, we're not married yet.
Nope, almost.
We are not married yet, but we will be soon. And I think that life with him is just fun. Like, we just have so much fun together. I don't know, it's just a good time always. What I would look forward to mostly just like cooking together.
Interesting.
I
wouldn't have expected that to be your
like just like having meals, because we eat a lot.
True.
And so having meals together in one home would be really fun.
True, that would be.
And also like decorating our apartment maybe.
In the busyness of life, how do you put God in all you do?
How do I put God in everything I do? I feel like I don't put him in things.
Oh.
He is just everything I am.
That's true.
Like, he's just everything I do.
Good answer.
Everything I think about. my whole life is around him. It's centered. It's for him. So I'm not trying to squeeze him into my life like he is my life.
What scares you the most about your future?
Just not knowing like what it's gonna look like. I think what scares me most is that I have a lot of dreams and I am scared that I won't accomplish them, but I'm also like my future is in what I do now, you know what I'm saying? So in order to be like more confident about my future, I have to like take care of what I'm doing now. But I've been in just like a negative kind of spiral where I'm not stewarding my days, and then I'm scared that my future won't look good, but then I'm doing like nothing with my days, you know? So
she's not doing nothing. She's doing something.
Thank you, babe. Any new revelations about relationships since getting engaged?
I didn't even see that one.
That's a really good one. I think that, first of all, there's just a lot of odds stacked against like two people trying to become one. I'm a completely different person. He's a completely different person. We have some similarities, but trying to merge our lives, like, I think I didn't really understand what it meant to like become one with somebody. Like, your life becomes one. That's kind of insane. And I hadn't seen like healthy relationships play out personally in my life, so there are a lot of things that I just didn't know. I went a long time like thinking about myself as like independent and don't need a man, and I don't like men and I hate men and all these things. So it's like hard to just basically tame the bad bit in me. I'm just like a boss, you know, I'm just a boss girl, and it's just hard. But it's a lot more selflessness. Do I have some fears regarding marriage? I have a lot of fears regarding marriage. Like, that's just something that you undo, you know, by yourself with your partner. There's a lot of things that like I wouldn't even have realized that they were a fear of mine, or I thought about marriage or relationships if I wasn't in one, you know? Like, there's no way I would have known. There's just a lot of things I wouldn't have known about myself if I wasn't in like a healthy relationship where we actually like talk about things, and it's just very exposing. So I do have a lot of fears, but I feel like they are just all calmed by Lucas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, my love. That's God's grace.
What are some of our conflict resolutions?
What does that mean?
Like, how do we resolve conflict? What?
Talk.
Yeah, that was you depicting us talking?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we mostly just sit down and talk. As hard as it is, like, I like shut down and I don't want to say a word, and then Lucas wants to like say everything and like let it all out and like just like figure it out right now, and I'm like, I have nothing to say to you for the next 3 hours. And so for the next day.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that long.
No, we never go that long.
No.
But
No. Never,
I think like you give me some time, and then I also realize that your way is talking it out, so you give me a little bit of time, but then I also like speed up like my talking so that we meet each other halfway. And then we just talk it out. And we listen to each other too. We don't get like, do we get defensive? Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes we get defensive because we both think that we're right and we're trying to prove our points. So we will like stand up and be like, no. But then in the end, we just back down when we actually like listen to what the other person is saying, and say, okay, understand. Apologies is also very necessary. Like, we both have to apologize. Apologies is necessary, and then changed behavior, which is something I'm learning a lot, or I'm trying to do better at. Because if I don't like something and I tell Lucas, he'll never like do it again. But there's one thing he's been telling me to do, which is be on time, and I'm always late. So that's another thing. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dress shopping is not going. I stopped dress shopping. I kind of put a pause on, we put a pause on planning. Planning is in effect, but active like planning is not. I think I've basically updated everything.
You killed it.
Yeah, I'm back in Massachusetts for a couple months. Well, right now I'm in LA. I'm not in Massachusetts, but I moved back to Massachusetts for a couple months. Some grounding time with my family and for my mental health. And then going to get married soon, hopefully, which is so fun. I feel like I've been pretty like quiet and shy about like marriage, because I think for a long time, or you know, throughout this whole engagement process, I felt not like worthy or deserving of like a marriage, you know. So I've just been trying to not talk about it because it feels like I feel like I'm an imposter. Like I'm having a lot of imposter syndrome, I'm realizing, about like being a wife, because it's like, what are you doing? But right now my heart, I am feeling so excited and so ready. I definitely think that we went through like the dumps and like the toughness. Did we?
We did.
Of my mind when it came to the wedding. Because I think there was a time period where like every week I was calling Lucas up like hello, no. Let's backtrack. So we kind of just climbed over that mountain and we're good now. And I'm happy and I'm looking forward to it and I'm excited and things are just feeling better. I think moving back, even though I only moved back 2 weeks ago, my mental health has
3 weeks.
More like 3 weeks now.
It's like 18 days. Right?
Yeah, almost 3 weeks now. My mental health has been so much better. Like okay, this might be a little bit deep, but I was really like battling a lot of just really dark thoughts and like really, really negative thoughts, and it on some days it just felt like I was like actually drowning and like trying to claw my way up, seriously. So I think we did it, guys. I think we made it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus. We're good. And I hope I never go through that ever again, because that was horrible. And I think it's only going to get better from here. So thank you guys so much. We're in LA. We made it. Touchdown. Landed. Thank you for watching. Do you have any words?
Bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal lads, baby.